Alright, as I previously mentioned, I'm replacing the cabin air filters here. One thing that was interesting is, first of all, you can see the reason why I'm replacing these. If I can zoom down in here at all. There's a lot of buildup and debris from just, who knows how long, depending on where the car sat or where it was driven. This can happen in a very short amount of time. Or if the vehicle is, just driven under normal conditions without a lot of debris present, this could take a couple years. But either way, we're going to replace them. What's funny is, if you notice on the, this would end up being the front of the cartridge here. This is, it slides in here. So it gives you an arrow indicating the direction of flow for the air. And if you also look then at the side of the air filter, it gives direction for flow as well. Notice that arrow is pointing up. The arrow here is pointing down, so the previous installer of this filter put this in backwards. So not always a big deal. A lot of times these things will, they'll still pass air through in either direction, but ultimately you want to follow the recommended airflow for both optimal filtration and for airflow as well. Okay, so again, hard to see here in the video, but the arrow is pointing down. So we'll go ahead and also install the new filter with the arrow pointing down, as you can see I've done here. Then we're going to place this cartridge into the housing for this. Kind of slides in like an old-fashioned cassette deck. Alright, so that's the first one. Slides in and then over, it makes room for the second cartridge. Looking here at this one, this air filter is not as in bad of condition, but it also does need to be replaced. And when you're doing one, you might as well do both of them. It's a better habit to go ahead and replace them both at the same time. This one, luckily, was pointing in the correct direction. So again, one more time, just for verification, the arrow is pointing down, indicating the direction of airflow. The new air filter, see the arrow here is pointing down. We're also going to go ahead and place that in here. Sliding this one in very much just like the first one. Pops in there, and then you see both of these tabs. You grab this tab, pull it out, slide the other one over, and pull it out if you needed to replace them again. So we'll go ahead and so this has, you can see that there's a little tab that goes in over here. It fits over the two tabs that you would use to pull out the filter, so you can kind of see, if you just play around with that, how it's supposed to fit on there, so you don't have to struggle too much. And then ultimately there's just a click tab over here that just snapped into place. So that's basically it for this. Now I'm going to attempt here with one hand recording the video and the second hand free to work on this. See if we can get these other lock pins in place for the glove compartment. Okay, a little trickier than it looks, but it's able to maneuver both pieces into place. That's it. That snaps in. So see, the first one is done. It rests there on the backing plate behind it. We'll do the same thing for the second one. So you have to, because the backing plate here will get in the way, you can't put it in directly. So you have to push this in a little bit to clear that space, and then you can ultimately kind of push that up into the location where you want it. Snap that into place. That's done. Air filters both replaced. Plate put back on the cabin air filter housing, and then the lock pins replaced for the glove compartment.